right, you may be seated. We're going to do the long version of that song on May 22nd with the party in the parking lot. We're going to hear the whole thing. And I'm sorry that you out there in TV land missed the really hot take of Peaceful, Easy Feeling that we did with Bruce over here on some great lead guitar and Michael over there with some great lead violinin. Violinin. And Janice isn't with us today. It's apparently a very busy balloon season. There's graduation and all of that stuff, and she and her husband have a balloon shop, so she's ballooning today. So Bruce Clark is here with us on lead guitar over there, helping out with the vocals. Trisha Fopp here on the 12-string guitar and vocals. Michael Sprinkles Reisman over there putting in all the pretty stuff. And Beth DeHart back here on the drums. And Keith Edwards on the bass. We are CC and the Recalcitrants. CC is back behind the drums, so you can't actually see her. So, but she is there. So thanks to the band. And I'm Candace Shalhoub, head recalcitrant. All right. Our song this morning comes from singer and songwriter Carole King. This song is called Welcome Home, and it appeared on her 1978 release of the same name. And Sprinkles Reisman starts us off. A little slower, a little slower, a little slower. I have opened up my mind to things I was afraid of, done things I've never done before, taking a chance and seeing just what this world is made of. Nothing is the same anymore. At times I feel a golden spirit coming through me, picking up my life and what it's given to me. I will live within that spirit, never knowing I'm where I'm supposed to be. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Many of the products and inventions and creations that we take for granted today, they came, a lot of them, through accident, through aha moments. The microwave, for instance. It was invented by a Raytheon engineer in 1945 who noticed that the microwaves coming from a radar he was working on began to melt the chocolate bar that he had in his pocket. It will probably come as no surprise that the first thing cooked in a microwave oven prototype was popcorn. And the next thing was fish, and everybody complained. Right. We have Velcro because Swiss engineer George de Mastral back in 1941 noticed the cockleburrs that his dog picked up on his fur during their nature walks, and he recreated the strong connection using cotton material, but later found that nylon and polyester worked the best. Matches. They were invented by a British chemist in 1826 when a stick that got coated with some of his chemicals caught fire as he accidentally scraped it across the hearth of his home. He has made fire. There's a whole host of products. Google it, it's great, it's on the internet. Everything from potato chips, Play-Doh, and popsicles. They came from being accidentally discovered in aha moments. Now, I've not had any million-dollar ideas like any of these folks, but my latest spiritual revelation is not going to cook your food, stick anything together, light a fire, or fill you with empty calories. It's even better, though, because it solves the only one problem that we all really have, which is our sense of feeling separate from each other and from the holy. And my revelation revolves around a very small piece of scripture that has presented me with a conundrum for many, many years. Matthew 6:33. It seems straightforward enough. Seek first the realm of God and God's righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. So for years, I have pondered exactly what it meant to seek God's realm, not to mention God's righteousness. If I could crack the code, I thought, I get all the things, right? All the things will be added unto you, and those things throughout the years, for me, they've been things of the world, money and love, a great job, power, prestige, fame, to be taller and better looking. Okay, well, maybe the taller and better looking thing. But if I had those, if I had all the things, maybe it wouldn't matter how tall I was or what I looked like, right? I got all the things. So I embarked on how to get God to fulfill his, and this was always he at this point in my life, his part of the seemingly quid pro quo bargain that this scripture seems to outline. If I lived right, if I did the right things, if I believed the right ways, if I said all the doctrinal incantations and creeds, then maybe I would find the realm of God and God's righteousness, and I tried them all. But still the things never quite showed up. You know, I might get some extra money, or a few minor things seemed to work out well, but, you know, there were still huge things not happening. For example, I was trying to sell a house in Atlanta right after the 9/11 tragedy. You know, when the housing market just tanked. I did all the things, but still my house didn't sell, and then when it did, I made $500 off the deal. Thanks, God. Yeah. My spiritual director later told me, you know, God's not in the real estate business. I'm like, really? Now you tell me. But over the years, of course, my beliefs have experienced a major shift. I've gone from that conservative, evangelical, Southern Baptist Christianity that was born into, toward a more progressive Christianity, toward a more metaphysical philosophy, toward a conglomeration of all of them that I'm just calling motley mysticism now, where we realize the truth speaks with all of these many voices. But most organized religions, most of them, they contain that still small voice of truth, which is, of course, that the unconditional love of God has created all of us. But many have added their own spin to that simple truth with their doctrines and their dogmas and their rules and their beliefs. And when you get away from that deafening rattle of all the restrictive shackles, you can still hear that still small voice of truth that asks us to just listen more deeply and discard anything that does not sound or feel or look or smell or taste like love. So this passage, it's come back to mind over the past few weeks with a new meaning, one that gets me excited instead of filling me with dread and frustration, because I get it now. I've been approaching this passage all wrong. But I approached it with the only tool that I really had at my disposal at the time, which was literalism. I just read the thing in plain English, which I was taught in seminary is the first step onto the absolutely wrong path. Now I have more tools. I can put this passage into context. I have things such as A Course in Miracles, New Age thought, Buddhism, Taoism, other mystical philosophies that I believe brings the true meaning of this passage out in the open. I realized I'd been placing all of my emphasis on what I thought I needed to do outside of myself to prove that I was seeking God's realm and righteousness, and I could find it somewhere out here. I did all the outwardly pious things that society and religions expect of their adherents, and that is not, of course, what this passage asks us to do. Jesus, of course, said the realm of God is within us. So what this passage asks us to do is go within, to come back to your true home of divinity. Stop looking outside of yourself. You already possess inside of yourself that realm of God and God's righteousness. And when you turn within, when you stop looking to find the things out here and go within, you'll hear that still small voice say, welcome home. Breathe deeply. 2, 3, 4. I have opened up my mind to things I was afraid of, done things I've never done before, taken a chance and seeing just what this world is made alive within that spirit, ever knowing I'm where I'm supposed to be. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. What we're doing when we seek the realm of God outside of ourselves is that we're searching for something out here to give us safety and security. We believe we can find it in a large bank account, in a finely appointed home, a loving relationship, a high-paying, high-powered job, or just the admiration of society in general. All these things, however, every single thing out here, it's all impermanent. It can all be gone in an instant. And then where does your safety lie? When we seek the realm of God within, that's when we realize that our only place is there to find safety and security. Everything you have ever generated in your life, jobs, money, houses, relationships, power, they all came from inside of you to appear outside. You worked for it. You dreamed of what you wanted to do, and you went out and you made it happen. You created your life. When you do it intentionally, by inviting the Holy Spirit to join you in the endeavor, then you will co-create an interior world of safety that relies on nothing but Spirit to guide you. And even if you lose all the things, you'll never be left with nothing. There will always be love. There will always be joy and peace, along with a will to start over again. It's not what you built, it's the builder that's important. It's you, and you know whatever you create next will be beautiful, even if it doesn't last either. You're just asking to co-create with Spirit so you can build something in this world that means something to others. I mean, I've been broke before. I've been without many of the things. But I always had food, always had shelter, always had clothing, always had people around me who cared about me. When all the outward signs of safety disappeared, I relied on Spirit, on the realm of God within to be my resource. And you know, it always came through. For example, making $500 on my house sale back in 2001, that was pretty much a miracle. Because so many people were selling their houses at huge losses. We're not just to seek our home within God's realm, though. The next step, according to the passage, is to seek God's righteousness, and that is a scary, scary religious word. We think of righteous people. You know, they're out there, they're being righteous, and they're touting their piety, or they're feeling all spiritually superior to other people, that those are the righteous people. But that word, when we translate it from the Greek in this passage, righteousness simply means integrity. In her new book, The Way of Integrity, Martha Beck, that we will be studying beginning May 11th, says that the word shouldn't be thought of as a moralizing or judgmental sense. That word, she writes, comes from the Latin integer, which simply means intact. To be in integrity, she writes, is to be one thing, whole and undivided. To live in our integrity, then, is to live into our wholeness that we already are. We are one thing, jubilants. We are the light of the world. It is the scattering, fearful thoughts of the ego that breaks us apart, that takes us out of our integrity by convincing us that we always have to be everything to everyone out here instead of remaining centered in our true divine self within. So to live in this harmony, though, it means that we must, to live in this integrity, into this righteousness, we have to align our will with God's will. Marianne Williamson always used to say, God is love and will is thought, which means that if we are constantly aligning our thoughts with love, then we will always be doing God's will. And this is not the ego's kind of love, though, that has its conditions and seeks to find someone to love us so we'll feel better about ourselves. This is that fierce kind of love, the only love that is real, that no longer looks on the world and sees evil or recalcitrant people, but instead sees only innocent, beautiful people who are caught up in egoic systems that lead them to misuse their power and compromise their integrity and harm themselves and others. And this is the kind of love, this fierce love, that invites us back to our integrity. That is the love that is always saying to us, welcome home. Breathe deeply. 2, 3, 4. I have opened up my mind to things I was afraid of, done things I've never done before, taken a chance and seen just what this world is made of. Nothing is the same anymore. At times I feel a golden spirit coming through me, thinking of my life and what it's given to me. I will live within that spirit, ever knowing I'm where I'm supposed to be. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Now, it's that third step in this passage that can produce a profound aha moment if you're paying attention. Because this is the part that I've been promising. This is the part where we solve the only problem we ever have in this world, and that is our belief that we are separate. So, after we seek God's realm within, we begin to live into our wholeness or integrity. Then Jesus says, all these things shall be added unto you. We'll get to things in a minute, but we're going to talk about the Greek phrase, added unto you, first. And that means to gather, to come together as a community. That means what is added to us isn't anything material outside of ourselves. What is added to us is our original state of unity. We go home to that unity that we have never left. When we walk in our integrity, grounded in our divinity, the separation we feel from God and others in this bodily world, it ends like a miracle. It disappears because your perception of the world has changed. That is what a miracle is. You see the world differently. When you go within, you dwell in the realm of God, in your integrity, and you end the separation in your own mind. Then comes the best part. You get all the things. What are the things? What are we getting? You get the grand prize. What are the things? Well, right before this passage, let's put it in context. Jesus is giving his famous discourse on the lilies and the birds of the air and how they neither spin nor toil, but God provides the things. God provides everything they need. And those things could be money, could be relationships, could be the right job, could be whatever material thing you need. But what Jesus is promising is this, and this is very important. Jesus is saying whatever you need in this world to further God's love in this world, it will show up. If you fully embrace your function as the light of the world and accept that you are created out of love and peace and joy, and all your security comes from that, then you will never lack for what you need to advance the cause of love. And that's what it looks like when we align our will with God's. God is love, will is thought. We're no longer thinking about selfish gains or how we can get fame or fortune or a following, but we're seeking to act with integrity for the benefit of the world. Will we also benefit when we act in our integrity? Sure, but because, there's only one of us here, as the Course says, the teacher of God is generous out of self-interest. Whatever good we want for the world is generated for us as well. We create the good world inside, and then we see it reflected everywhere. And that, my friends, is very good news, because the more people who go within, the more people who find that realm of God within, live into their integrity, and in their feelings of separation in their own mind, they will live a more authentic and unified life out here, and the whole world will change. Because what is inside of us gets mirrored out in the world. And that is what Jesus, the Course, Buddha, everybody who came before this moment was talking about. So I've come up with a short mantra that can help you remember the essence of this passage and how to put it into practice. And it is this: I walk in my integrity, grounded in my divinity, knowing that all my needs and more are always being met. Say that with me. I walk in my integrity, grounded in my divinity, knowing that all my needs and more are always being met. This one sentence, it can be used as a spiritual practice that can solve the only problem we all have, and that is our feeling of separation from others and from God. And jubilance, if we will live into our wholeness from that true divine self, bless you, knowing that we need to further love in the world, everything we need will be provided. We will never see another human as competition. We will never experience this world as one of lack. Even though, with this new practice, I walk in my integrity, grounded in my divinity, knowing that all my needs and more are always being met. Even if you say that over and over again, life out here is going to get messy. It always does. Circumstances will always seem intractable. People will seem recalcitrant. Situations will seem hopeless. All these things in our outer world, though, remember, they are impermanent, and that is good news. See them. Don't get caught up in them. Instead, as the Muslim mystic poet Rumi said, remember, it's all rigged. It's all rigged in your favor. Everything you need is rushing toward you. All you need to be ready, all you need to do is be ready to receive it, to be welcomed home to the realm of God that you have never truly left. Here in this world, Rumi says, we are kissing the unreal. We are romancing the millions of problems we think we have, when these simple steps from the Gospel of Matthew will solve our one and only problem. And that solves all the other problems we think we have. So let's review the passage. Seek first the realm of God and God's righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you as well. And we can restate that passage. I walk in my integrity, grounded in my divinity, knowing that all my needs and more are always being met. So here's a summary. If you're taking notes, 4 steps. Go within. Experience the realm of God that you possess, that true divine self. Live into your integrity, your undivided divine wholeness. And as you begin to live into these first 2 steps, a supportive community will begin to gather around you. They will be added unto you. And then, as you become an embodiment and an open channel for love and integrity, you discover that everything you need when you are out there trying to advance the cause of love in the world, it shows up just when you need it. And there's a bonus step. When you get all the things, all you'll know to say is, oh yeah. 2, 3, 4. In the waters I can see a clear reflection of the force that's all around. There's a harmony of season and direction. This is surely sacred ground. Sweet life is everywhere as we stand in the clover. Feel the circle magic. Let it take us over. And through all that I've been blessed with, I feel certain I'm where I'm supposed to be. Welcome home. Welcome home. right. So now that I've solved all your problems, whatever you were sending to your therapist, send it to Jubilee. So we have solved all of your problems this morning. But problem solving, as anyone knows, can take a little work. So we have to do the work to make sure that we solve this problem. So that work is going within. It is spending time in meditation. It is spending time in prayer. It is spending time learning how to live into your integrity. And so that's one of the things about the book club, is that she's got some great exercises in that book, Martha Beck, about living into your integrity. And so I hope that if this is something that is important to you to learn, that you will join us for the book club so we can talk more about this and become in our integrity. All right. So in this time of prayer, I invite you, ponder what integrity means to you, and ponder that realm of God that is within. And as you go within, as you live into that integrity, grounded in your divinity, you know that community and all the things that you need to advance love in the world will come your way. Because it's rigged. The whole universe, all rigged in your favor. That's good news. Four. This morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Sing that again. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh yeah, you know, technical difficulties, all those things. Don't worry, everything is gonna be alright. But you missed a great guitar solo from Bruce. All right. We've come to the portion of the show where I remind you that Jubilee Circle is your spiritual dojo. Welcome home. This is where everybody comes to get refueled for the week. This is where you come to get fed. We are a group of artists and musicians and poets and writers and mental health professionals and teachers. Yeah, both. Okay, all right. It was coming to me. Yeah. Shout it out. Teachers, social workers. We got all of them. We got everybody that goes out and transforms this world. And so Jubilee Circle is the place where they come to get their transformation so they can go out and transform the world. And that is our mission here at Jubilee Circle. We are here to transform people who go out and transform the world. And we need your support to do that, of course, because some of the things we want to do as we can get back together and have events is to have music and art events here, but also to bring in educational speakers, folks who can tell us about other traditions out there, other ways of thinking, other ways of seeing and being in the world. And we want to offer that enrichment and that transformation to everybody in this community. And we can do that with your support. And you can support us online at jubileecircle.com. There is a link that you can donate. We also have a nice little new Venmo. At Jubilee Circle is our handle on Venmo, so you can do that. You can come and visit us sometime and put some money in the basket and come back into the physical space. And you can always write out a check. Some people still do that and send it to Post Office Box 4611, Columbia, South Carolina, 29204. P.O. Box 4611. Because when you support us and we support the community, more transformed people in the world means a more transformed world. And that is what we are doing here at Jubilee Circle, transforming the people who transform the world. Because you know it's true. It's true, right? It's true. What Meister Eckhart says, there's a lot more grateful people in the world, then the world is a more grateful place. And so he says, if the only prayer you ever say your entire life is thank you, it will be enough to have that heart of gratitude. And as we work to transform the people who transform the world, we realize we can't do that alone. We need everybody. We need to be walking together down this path and making this path as we return back to our home of oneness that we have never truly left. So we remember, right? We all walk together, hand in hand, side by side. We all walk together with hearts and arms open wide. We make our way by walking, in love we will abide. The path is always open and no traveler is denied. So open up your heart and let those tears you cry. Because we all walk together, hand in hand, side by side. We all walk together. together hand in hand. And side by side. Oh, yeah. All right, we are going to meet up on Zoom here in just a few minutes. The link is at jubileecircle.com or on our Facebook page, so join us for a little talk back time. If you're unable to join us for that, then go in peace, have a lovely week, and don't forget that whenever things look chaotic out here, it's that realm of God within where the peace resides. And when you go in there, you get that peaceful, easy feeling, and the whole world gets to say, oh yeah, go in peace. Gonna see my big face again. Hi, everybody out there in TV land. It's, well, I don't know. The video may have died again. I don't know.
How's it going, buddy? I almost stopped by your house the other day to see your fish.
Lee, I gotta write you a check.
Doody doody doo. Bye, everybody.
A little.